How's it going?
Yeah, Tony, just came in to talk a little MAAC, but I see Nathan's got the pick there. So thanks a lot for having me. We got the
That's right.
winners.
You got the winners
Uh,
over. You guys like my, smart minds think alike here. As we're going here tonight here with the Siena and Manhattan tonight on ESPN Plus here with Siena road favorites 5 total of 135.
okay, well, maybe I could try. So, Tony, I'm going to give my preview of the game, but if I've got Nathan, maybe he's got time to chat with me and have a little interaction about why he likes Siena here, because it's a challenge for the Saints to keep their lead right now in the MAAC against a Manhattan team that's kind of found its footing a little bit. Now that we're in conference play, deep into conference play, Manhattan isn't going to get there for the regular season title. They lost three of their last four games, but they did beat Canisius last time out as a 4.5 point dog, 81-74. Siena, meanwhile, back-to-back wins without its leading scorer shows you, I think, how good this Siena team is, Tony. They've basically coming off their best month in 12 years with their 7-2 performance. They beat last place Maris last time out by 15 on the road, but also beat Iona by 17 points at home, now putting Iona a game and a half back in the regular season standings. And you mentioned it, Tony, not only Iona, but Ryder a game back. It's going to take the conference champion to get to the NCAA tournament here. I don't even think Siena is safe with a regular season title, but hey, it's still nice to get that title. Siena has that 1 game lead currently. So the question for Nathan and maybe some of the others, can they do it again without Javion McCollum, the 16 point per game scorer? I don't think he's ready to come back tonight with that back injury. He's already missed a couple of games earlier in the season, and now 2 straight games looks like a third game. But Zach Tekin, the freshman from Istanbul, he's stepped up his play, career high in the Iona game in minutes. Came through with very strong offensive ratings. Not a lot of scoring from Tekin, but he's the guy picking up all the minutes right now. And he's just a freshman. I expect him to be a long-term impact player for Siena, especially stepping in for the role of McCollum, who is listed as questionable. So here's the thing: we're not going to go out and bet this game right now. We're going to hopefully get an official word from Siena, and that the news will get out there that once again their leading scorer will be missing the game. We already know he's likely missing the game. I'd be surprised. He is feeling better. Yeah, as of yesterday's workout, but the coach has been pretty conservative with him already this season, considering the type of player that he is for the team. So Siena, Tony, they're top 50 in the country in 3 point defense. They're top 75% in the country in shooting the three. But one of the big advantages they're going to have in this game against Manhattan is on the boards. Manhattan is one of the worst in the nation on the defensive glass. They already have shown it in conference to be the worst rebounding team in conference play as well. So Siena averaging 70 a game, allowing 66. I think they can get a little bit over that here. Manhattan has been getting some numbers of late, but they are just 4-4 against the spread at home and have been covering a little bit better as a road dog. Siena's 10-2 against the spread in their last 12 games, including 5 of their last 6 on the road. So first meeting of the season between these two. It'll be up to Jared Billups probably to step it up in the scoring department for Siena. Ant Nelson will be there. He'll be doing it all for Manhattan, and Samir Stewart has really stepped up his play of late. But I've got just too big of an edge on the boards for Siena here, and they can still get the money without McCollum in the lineup. And I believe we might get that line down to 4 points if McCollum is declared out for the game, and then people start to research and see that the leading scorer is out. We already expect him to be out.
All right, Ramon here on Siena here, laid the 5 here against Manhattan. Manhattan, a team that has had some struggles here in conference play, no doubt. 5-6 though in conference, but really some issues there with turnovers near the bottom of the league in conference in turnovers. poor on the glass on both ends, just poor defensive numbers against the Metro Atlantic there, giving up, with the numbers they're giving up there defensively. So it just seems to me, looking here at the Siena team, they're near top of the, I believe, top in conference here in defensive efficiency. At best the numbers in defense, third in offensive efficiency. This is facing conference opponents.
Yeah, top defensive efficiency in the conference for sure since conference play started, Tony. Also, the top defensive rebounding team. And Manhattan, they do force turnovers as well. So that's one thing they kind of do well. With Nelson, he's a do it all kind of guy who never leaves the floor. So I actually see some strides for Manhattan, despite the fact that they lost 3 or 4 games before the Canisius victory. Again, it just seems like their role is better suited, though, as a road dog and not a home dog here against a Siena team that has to be highly motivated right now to keep this going. You pulled away from Iona a little bit. You got the game lead over Ryder right now at 9-2. This you talked about it, Tony, when you mentioned Iona and the need to get the win. That's why I mentioned it. The need to get the win at the conference tournament. The MAAC has slipped. They're not in the top, 50% of the conferences anymore. They're on the other side. So it's been a little bit of a downhill role for them. And in turn, you really almost need to make sure Siena maybe just keep rolling and maybe they can still have a slip up at the conference tournament, but they'd have to put up a darn good record in conference play, almost sweep the board here from this point forward. Otherwise, it's going to come down to the conference tournament. And there again, Patino will be back. And Ryder, watch out. Ryder's good.
Yeah. This conference, you got, even with 2 or 3 losses, you're sweating overall. I mean, there's too many. When you get to 7 losses, there's no chance in this conference to get an at-large bid. So yeah, for all the teams here now, Iona again, that's the team that's trying to be the Gonzaga of the East, but they still have work to do. And of course, they got it was Siena who pounded Iona by 17 at home a few games back, and a 70-53 pounding there. So Iona still licking their chops. And I guess, as I said, with Iona, I'm just looking to fade until we get maybe the last 5 games of the conference where Patino will start to fine tune that team and get them ready for that conference tournament, because it's all coming down now for Iona to the conference tournament. Siena's a team that we've seen. I think Rulin used to coach this team back in the day, if I remember. And they used to have the tournament on their home court back in the day. And I don't think it's there anymore. It's not there anymore. They've changed that. But anyway, Ramon here, Siena lay the 5 here against Manhattan. This one to have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony's picks for tonight's action. Good results in the NBA for 2023. Do have a very good card here from the NBA tonight. 7 games on the board. Lots of college hoops here as we're looking at a lot of mid-majors. Boy, the Mountain West decided to take Friday for themselves tonight, so that on the board as well. Late night action, as well as mid-evening action as well. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
I'll be interested in that San Diego State game, certainly from a viewing standpoint. Watch the Aztecs at home, see if they can keep going. They've got to keep it going, really. They have to keep winning right now with the pressure on them currently to stay atop. Right now, Tony, you got one game on my college card. It's right there, the early Ivy League discount best bet. I put the Tony's Picks $15 treatment on the game between Yale and Harvard. Need I say more? Ivy League fans, Yale and Harvard. That one goes off in 90 minutes. Pick it up for $15 at Tony'sPicks.com. That's the Tony's Picks discount best bet promotional. Like to when those games are singled out and we're not necessarily into the card, Tony. That's when I like to kind of put that promotional on there when it's like a standalone game that maybe people aren't ready yet for the main Friday night card. Give them a little discount, get this winner home, start the night, start the evening off with a hot streak. And right now,
like
Tony,
yesterday, right?
That's right.
Did IUPI?
5-pack. IUPUI. I mean, sometimes you got to take that ugly dog, right? Take a look, Tony, right there, 5-pack in the NBA tonight on the 8-game card. Pretty good card tonight, I would say. Crunch time's back. I know this for a fact, so I'll be watching my crunch time show. That's like Red Zone for NBA. Say go through all the games, especially at the finishes when they're all coming in close in the time proximity. One finish after another. 5 pack, $35. Tony, use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including that 5 pack that I have in the NBA. I've already up nearly 500 units in the month of January in the NBA. So figure just a steady progression to the playoffs. Starting it here in the NBA like I do, but really focusing in. I want to focus in on the Saturday college card. Should be plenty of pickings there. No reason to be not be able to find a bunch of winners on tomorrow's card. And well, looks like I've got some plans for Friday night.
That's
That'd
right.
be
Ex-
analyzing the college card. I know you all were excited there, but yeah, it'd be me and the college card on Friday night.
Ramon and the college card there on Friday night. Of course, get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com as Ramon's in action here with his NBA 5 pack up there. 5 pack, 5 plays up there. Profit guarantee, most turn or profit. The amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. Also, that early Ivy League that starts in less than 2 hours right now. So get on board with that. That's his $15 play. Hit that 15 yesterday with IUPUI with the early start. So the early start here at $15 on that $15 promotional price. So get on board. Now here we are on a Friday. You may consider the longer term passes. That 3-day pass is a great value here on for Friday. You'll get all of Ramon's premium plays here for 3 days, including the plays from tonight that he has up there, as well as the NBA and college basketball for a Saturday and Sunday. As we know, there's going to be lots of action here from both leagues here, especially that college basketball card for Saturday. They're going to so good time to get that 3-day all sports pass. Also, Ramon does delve into some of the peripheral sports out there. I know he does look at tennis. We do have a UFC card. He does the UFC podcast, so he's in action a lot with the UFC cards. That would also be part of that 3-day all sports pass. Don't know about Bellator because of my man Fedor is in action. I think it's his retirement match. I remember seeing him live
No,
in
it's a
person.
good card. I will have a Bellator card this week, Tony. This is a good card. Good card Saturday in Bellator for sure.
Yeah, Bellator as well. We got my man Fedor. It's going to be his last match, his last fight. I remember seeing when he was undefeated back when he was Affliction. Back in, was it 2007? Yeah, I think I was
Oh,
had my
man,
first.
what a
Yeah,
career! Hall of Famer.
Hall of
Legend.
Famer. Yeah, our man Fedor Emelianenko. Who did he knock out? I think he knocked out Big Country when I saw him fight that night. Arlovsky was also on the card. Got pounded by Barnett. I remember that. That was a great card. Great cards when they would the UFC fights, and the Anaheim crowds are really, really good in the UFC. If you ever get a chance to see them in the Anaheim Arrowhead Pond, or if they still call it the Pond, I can't remember. But anyway, I don't know they're there this. I don't think they're there this week. But anyway, that will also be part of remote.
Fullerton, actually, yeah, close. Fullerton.
Fullerton, there you go, Fullerton. So get on board with Ramon here with that 3-day pass. That's your best value there because we can knock $20 off right now. When you use that promo code Tony T at checkout, you can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and you'll land right on his page there. So get on board with this 1-day pass. Again, the longer term pass, and this is your best value there. 3-day pass here, $99. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout. That'll knock it down to $79. So for 3 days, premium plays from Ramon, your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, NBA and college hoops, and of course the MMA as well from Ramon. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. You're also active in the Discord over there as a moderator. And of course, the Morning Steam Show, returning here with a big Saturday show with NBA and probably, I assume, tons of college hoops as well.
We'll be back at it on Saturday. Big college card. Getting ready for the big week, but I'll be in action also in Bellator and also in UFC. Tony, be involved in both promotions this weekend. So pick up my social media play of the day on at Tony's Picks Ramon. Comes to you in the game between Canisius and Niagara. It looks like Mindy and I actually have a challenge in that game where social media picks. We're on the opposite side. You don't want to be on the opposite side of Mindy right now, but
Oh, no.
I saw the info, and we are. So we didn't have a challenge. We didn't have a show today. When we have our little challenges, we go against one another. There we go. We got one. Canisius and Niagara. So also Tony, big college card obviously is going to take the main attraction. NHL All Star Game, probably not. I don't think we're going to cover it, but maybe we'll talk about it in the Discord a little bit. There might be some betting opportunities. I bet the NHL All Star format before with the divisions matching up with one another. It's not a terrible format, and there is a little bit of motivation. At least in past years, there have. We'll see this weekend. So no flag football for me. It's going to be mostly about college basketball, Tony. These are important games. You watch that schedule just dwindling down. You mentioned the time of the year right now, so we are in the stretch drive in conference play. The games are more important right now than at any time during the season. For regular season teams, like we said, MAAC probably gonna have to win that conference tournament to get into the dance.
Yep, and I pretty much assume that games covered tomorrow. Some of the featured games you'll probably catch on the morning steam tomorrow will be Kansas, Iowa State, Auburn, Tennessee, Purdue, Indiana, Texas, Kansas State, Gonzaga, St. Mary's. I'm pretty sure those will be part of your lineup.
Yeah, well, there's enough games to find out there. We don't always like, I don't know, we like a little diversification too in the number of videos, but some of those games, some of those matchups are
Might
just
be
too
early.
good to ignore. Even though people are, watching your videos, they want to hear from us as well. So, might as well just look at those top matchups, those network matchups, especially when you're talking about Saturdays. So it's just a, all day affair if you're like me. Just watch games, just going from one game to the next, to the next, to the next. Uh, that's what Saturdays in February are all about for me.
Yep, that's right. It's all college basketball now as we get toward the end of, boy, we're just right in the beginning of February. Before you know, March is here. And of course, I think we end the end of college basketball regular season. Is it March, the weekend here of March 5th? And actually, March, let me go to the March here. It's March the 8th, right? 8th and 9th. That's when we end it, right? March 8th and 9th. March 9th is when we end the regular season from college basketball, and all the major conference teams are done. And then that following week is when we have the major conference tournaments. Some of the minor tournaments, I think, in late February. Sometimes we have those low level playing rounds from what do we have there? Was it usually these games that are in campus sites? Usually it's the MAC. I think MAC does that. A few other Horizon may do that as well. And then we see some of the Patriot League, some of the early conference tournament action that we see early on. But anyway, get on board there with Ramon at Tony's Picks with that 3-day pass, and catch him at Tony's Picks Ramon. And of course, don't forget the Discord. Ramon, find him at Discord. He's in there. He's in there as a moderator. If you have any questions, someone posted a question today for Ramon on a game. You can feel free to go in there and post his questions. I know he puts his late steam in there as well. We don't get a whole lot of response from that. Again, Ramon's trying to work on how we can get that a little bit more conversational. It just seems to be more of a blanket statement that's great in real time, but I think on a message board, when it ages a little bit, it doesn't seem to have as much impact as it does when he does the morning show with that, because real time, I think, is that really late steam has some really good impact. But anyway, visit Ramon over on the Discord. And when he's in there as well, I'll be in there as well. So you can always pop questions in there and get that conversation going over on the Discord. All right, Ramon, it's always great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again on Monday.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.
You got Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks.